Kitaro says, a woman in red clothes. I saw it when I closed my eyes. Then it changed into Eiko. What is going on? He speaks, Yayoi-chan. Yayoi asks, an illusion of a female ghost? Kitaro says, yeah, I'm not seeing it right now, but I think it's some kind of spiritual injury. To which Yayoi agrees and says, that wound on your neck has healed. To which he is shocked. There's a shimmering aura in the place it was. Eiko says, maybe when we went to Kubizuka Daimyojin. Yayoi asks the blessing. Eiko says, but when? Kitaro says, it's really gone. Yayoi says, could it be some kind of side effect then? I thought I saw something in that deserted house. Seems like he get a blessing from the shrine though. Is it unrelated then? Maybe you got hit by Daimyojin's energy and it attracted a wandering ghost. Kitaro says, the effect of the blessing. Can't be helped then. Yayoi says, Eiko, we'll have to keep an eye on Kitaro. Eiko says, got it. Kitaro says, thank you. We're finally here. Our in for while we're in Kyoto. We already checked in at the counter next to it at noon though. The inside has a certain air to it. They check out the room which they have booked. Both the girls are very happy to see the room. Eiko says, so retro. While Yayoi says, what is commonly known as Machiya architecture. Kitaro says, it's kinda spooky at night though. A few minutes later, he says, this was supposed to be my room, wasn't it? And shouts, why are you hanging out here? Wait, aren't you a bit too relaxed? Eiko says, but Yayoi says, we have to keep an eye on you. Kitaro says, thank you. Eiko says, no problem. Kitaro says, we should be sleeping separately though. Would be easier at this point for me to just move to your room. Eiko says, my underwear's all over the place. What were you planning to do? Kitaro says while blushing, clean it up. Yayoi says, now then it's time to reflect on the day's events and plan a schedule for tomorrow. Eiko says, if we're talking about today, then Kei-kun went through a lot. While Kitaro agrees. Yayoi says, Kitaro gets kidnapped as easily as a video game princess. We all should pay a lot more attention. To which Eiko agrees. Eiko says, that said, we can't always prevent it. Yayoi says, well, as much as we can. Kitaro says, sorry. I'll be as careful as I can. Eiko says, now then, tomorrow. Where do we attack next? Yayoi says, gotta pick the hardest looking one. Kitaro says, while thinking red dress. Suddenly both the girls are shocked. And ask, red dress? What? Eiko asks, red dress? Yayoi says, what's that? While Kitaro is confused. All of them are confused. Eiko says, eh? Didn't you just say that? Kitaro says, I did. Speaking of red dresses. No. I'm overthinking it. It wasn't even wearing a dress. Sorry for getting things off topic. Where should we attack? Right. To which Yayoi agrees. Eiko asks, which pin do you feel like? He thinks for a bit. I think this one. Eiko is disappointed while Yayoi says, that's the easiest. Kitaro is shocked. He asks, which one do you two think it is then? Eiko says, F Park. Yayoi says, it's T-Tunnel isn't it? Yayoi says, definitely F Park. Eiko says, yeah. We see Kitaro thinks and says put you in it. Yayoi asks, did you say something? To which Kitaro is shocked. He says, no, nothing. We see we are slowly shown inside Kitaro's neck. A dent has appeared. We see the moon in the sky. We see both the girls staring at Kitaro. He's out like a light. Yayoi says, no choice, I'll lay out the futons. Eiko says, he was the most exhausted. We should get to sleep too. We'll keep an eye on Kitaro just in case. Good night. We see Kitaro sleeping. The female ghost starts to appear. We see the ghost's face starts to twist. Again, Eiko's face comes again. He suddenly wakes up. He is confused and is holding a pen in his hand. He is possessed. He starts to attack his futon with the pen. And speaks, red dress. Put you in it. Red dress, suits you. He suddenly stands up. He is on top of Eiko. And starts to attack. It's attacking continuously. We see blood coming out of Eiko. We see her blood is everywhere. We see Kitaru saying something. He shivers and also starts to cry. And speaks, see. Red dress really suits you. Then he see himself in front of the mirror. He sees himself in the mirror. He smiles, cries, and blood is everywhere in his face. And starts to shout. He finally wakes up crying. All of the things that happened were a dream. He wakes up controlling himself. And says, thank God. I knew a red dress suits you. He is shocked. He forcefully closes his mouth. Red dress. Put her in a red dress. No. I don't want that. Don't even think about it. In the next panel we see he is surrounded by the words saying put her in a red dress. And again, but this time it is not a dream. He stands up on Eiko. And prepares to attack her. While trying his best to not hurt Eiko, we see Eiko saying Kaikun while sleeping. To which Kitaru starts to cry and his tears starts to fall. While being surrounded by the words saying, put her in a red dress. We see he remembers his time with Eiko in many broken glass pieces. We see him remembering all the time he has spent with the girls. He finally determines himself. And starts to hit his leg. Suddenly Yaoi wakes up. Asks, what is that sound? She sees Kitaru on top of Eiko. We see he is trying to say, Yaoi-chan, stop me. We see Yaoi seeing with her second eye. He is possessed by the ghost. It is still midnight. Kitaru says, thank you, Yaoi-chan, while Eiko is still shocked. Yaoi says, I immediately cut it off, but that. What is happening to Kitaro's body? He must have gotten some kind of curse. We have to cut off the source, something must have happened. Eiko asks, Kabizuka Damyajin Shrine. Or when Kei-kun said he saw women near that deserted house. To which Yaoi agrees. But I don't know what kind of curse or how strong it is, things could become difficult while trying to remove it. We gotta look into the history of those places for some kind of hint. We'll do a preliminary investigation before visiting the actual sites. To which Eiko agrees. Here the deserted house near Damyajin. There have been rumors of people seeing a female ghost at deserted motel since 2019. There have been a plenty of sightings, but as for incidents, Eiko says nothing. A simple internet search won't get anything. While Yaoi says, so it's not going to be that easy. Eiko says, give me a second, I'll get serious. Yaoi asks, serious? Eiko says, the police will have a record of any incidents. I'll have to take a peek at it. Kitaru shouts, that's hacking. Yaoi asks, the police database? Can that laptop do it? Eiko replies, specs are important, but there's something even more essential. Connector. There it is. We see she turn on her laptop. We see her coding something which I don't understand because I am from commerce. She starts to hack. Yaoi says, amazing, while Kitaru says, not even using a mouse. The author says, low-level conversation. Eiko shouts, I've got it. Public and hidden cases. To which Yaoi is shocked. Eiko starts to read it and is shocked. And says, this is. Yaoi asks, what is it? June 2 XXX, mother and daughter homicide at K-City. Husband decapitates mother and daughter. October 2 XXS. Homicide at a bed and breakfast in K-City. Female janitor dies after being decapitated by a guest. March 2 XX7, murder of a female university student at N District. She was killed by a male assailant while on a trip, stabbed in the throat. They did not know each other. September 2 XX9, random attack in K-City. A woman on her way home was stabbed to death by a male assailant. The injury seems especially focused on the neck. There have been 3 other cases in 2/13 of men decapitating women. There are 2 more Swiler cases in N District the following year. Kitaru is shocked as says the neck. Yaoi says K-City and N District. Both of them are close to Kabizuka Damyajin. Cases of men decapitating women has increased since 2XXX. To which Eiko agrees. There doesn't seem to be any kind of relationship between the assailant and the victim. The method and condition of the victims are similar though. Eiko says, there's some notes. After arresting the assailants, wanted them to wear red. They made that statement. Then the men would all end up as cripples in prison. I wanted them to wear red. They would mitter that and then die of a stroke. Kitaru says that's. The same as me. Eiko says the autopsy revealed a vascular mycelium had grown in their brain. It clogged blood flow and caused the death. An unnatural death. To which Kitaru is scared. Eiko continues, is it just a coincidence or are they avoiding it having anything in common with occult rumors? Whichever it is, none of it was made public. Yayoi says, infected with killing intent by a cursed fungus. It can also kill the hosts. If we're not careful, all three of us could have the same future as those cases. There was no rejection at Kibizuka Damyojin, but he saw the women in front of the deserted hotel. The deserted motel is within Kibizuka Damyojin's area of influence. She could be siphoning power from it to increase the power of her curse. They all hop into the car. We see the night. We'll go to the deserted motel first. Yayoi says, you're gonna have to wait in the car. To which Kitaru agrees. The girl starts to enter the house. Eiko says the curse of the murder victim is to increase the number of people in the same situation. It feels like she's indiscriminately cursing and killing men too. Yayoi says, we're about to find out. She comes through the stairs. She sees with her second eye. We see the female ghost standing alone in the room. Eiko asks, well, is she there? Yayoi says, yeah, she's here, stay back. She pulls her finger ghost and is ready to fight. We see the female ghost is murmuring something. Save us. Yaoi is confused. We look carefully. There's a baby with the female ghost. Yayoi says, a baby? No sign of an attack. Asks Eiko, did any cases happen here involved a parent and child? Or something about a pregnant woman? Eiko says, let's see. I think there was. We see something is coming out of the baby. Yayoi says, I get it now. She says, Eiko, she's not the source of the curse. To which she is shocked. Most likely she was killed here. But she was pregnant. The child that was in her stomach is clinging to her leg, its weight preventing her from passing on. The baby is taking in power from Damyojin, so it's not passing on either. It most likely has no ill will and just wants its mother. All she did was plead, save us. It's just a ghost to this place. Then, she catches both of them in two shikigami. She saves them. I'll get them away from the power spot. Then they can pass on freely. We the Gatsa's response. Yayoi says, with this the female ghost has been solved. While Eiko says, we can get rid of the line of thinking that she wanted companions. Considering the timeline, Kitaro must have been cursed at Kibizuka. But he said he didn't feel anything evil. The series of murders that led to this woman's death. Let's see if any of them have a connection to Kibizuka. If there are, then that's where the real hint is hidden. To which Eiko agrees. Eiko says, we'll go back to the car, calm down and check it out. To which Yayoi agrees. Both the girls come in front of Kitaro. Yayoi says, sorry for the wait. She is shocked. Eiko asks, Yayoi-chan? What's wrong? Then she also sees it and also shocked. We see Kitaru is possessed by the ghost. Another head appears on Kitaru's head. We see him laughing. Red dress, put you in one. Eiko is shocked and says, Kaikun? Yayoi says, Eiko can see it? It's that strong? A curse materializing. And then die of a stroke. A vascular mycelium had grown in their brain, it clogged the blood flow and caused the death. Eve already cut it off once. To grow this much since then, its recovery speed is amazing. If we don't solve this soon, Kitaro's in danger. If you enjoyed our journey through the world of manga, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating insights.